Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. This is I, Seth Kills, otherwise known as Nick, and today we're going to be talking about episode 6 of Andor, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed this one. I don't know if this season is on a 3 episode formula or, it takes 3 episodes to get a good one, but so far, I would say a little bit less than half the episodes have been really good. This one happens to be the best one of the season so far. It's the heist episode, so it's kind of like the one we've been anticipating. By the way, this is going to be a spoiler review, so just to kind of give you a forewarning. Episode starts off with Cassian and Kara's character talking and having a little bit of dialogue. He kind of shares with Cassian that he doesn't care that he's there for money, basically, that he's glad that he's with them. And Cassian, talking to him about the Empire, basically shares his thoughts and his feelings and saying that the Empire doesn't care, that they have this little rebellion, basically. So I like the dialogue that they had in this episode. It was definitely an improvement. I couldn't remember the exact dialogue, but I did enjoy the exchange between these two characters. And we get a scene where, and every time the Empire is in a scene, I really kind of tone in a little bit more. I do enjoy seeing like the corporate side of the Empire and how they make the decisions. But you get this scene where this guy is talking about the indigenous people of the planet and how easy it was to manipulate them and control them. And it was a little bit eerie, it was kind of like Orwell's 1984 and kind of the things that's happening today. So I kind of liked it, even though it reminded me of reality. But you get that scene, and Cassian and the crew are using the indigenous people. They're coming close to the facility where the payroll's being kept because they have this ceremony. I guess it happens once every year or once every couple of years. And it's like this celestial event where it's just like this beautiful array of like asteroids or missiles or whatever. And, they kind of have this celebration. It usually was like 15,000 people a year, but it's lessened to about 60. These people still go nonetheless, and they use these people to get close and gain access basically to the facility. But before that, obviously, they need to get close enough and meet the character that they've been planning this with, which is Lieutenant Gorn, I think. Which the actor in this episode did a really good job. I mean, every actor in this episode really kind of stepped up their A game, to be honest. I think they all, at this point, were very comfortable in their characters, and it kind of showed on screen. So they gain access and they take control of one of the officers we got in the previous scene, and they use him kind of like a decoy, like they're, inspecting this facility. And they use the soldiers that were playing cards there and pretending that they're doing an inspection, but they use them to load the gold into the freighter that's down there. And the scene really plays out really well because it's kind of like a time crunch, and they really play the heist really well when it comes to the cinematography as well. I enjoyed them, trying to get the vault open and the difficulties that they had. Garrus, who's kind of like the IT guy, handles that scene very well, I thought. And later on, has a scene where he saves Cassian's character and kind of foreshadowing from the first scene that they had talking. They were kind of getting along. But the one thing I could say that I didn't like too much, which kind of drops it a little bit for me, is before, you know, they get interrupted. The reason why they get interrupted is because one of the guys from the radio tower that we get in the, earlier in the episode, um, kind of overhears the chatter of the plan taking place, of them communicating, and that's how they kind of know their position. Now, pretty much the whole thing has been going as planned beautifully. And it just sucks that how they got, spotted was chatter on the radio. You would think that they would have had some type of protection, like a protected frequency that couldn't be listened to, but they were on a frequency supposedly the Empire could just stumble on. It's how, you know, the Empire was tipped off to go see what was going on by the vault. So they go to the vault, they see it in progress, and the character Lieutenant Gorn is trying to persuade the real Empire soldiers that this is a secret mission, that you guys don't have, access to this. You guys need to leave. And the officer that they took control of just kind of faints. So I don't know if he probably had maybe a heart attack or something, but he just faints, and that cues the real Empire soldiers to attacking everyone in the crew. And right away, Lieutenant Gorn dies. So that sucks because I I was really enjoying his character, and I kind of wanted to see what would happen if he kind of stayed back and kind of still remained as the mole for the Empire. But I like the actor as well, and they get most of the gold inside the freighter beforehand. And Diego Luna, who's Cassian's character, he's already about to, he's already getting the ship ready to take off. And, they're fighting, and the scene really plays really well. Like the fight scene between the Empire and the rebels really was well done. A lot of tension, a lot of action in this scene. You don't know who's going to die because right away Lieutenant Gorn died. So you kind of felt that every character was kind of in danger. Right before they're about to leave, what's his name? Terramin, who's played by Jirshan. I'm going to butcher his last name is Eustache, but he does really well. And there's another character that, I was interested to see what the future holds for them, but this character dies as well. They end up escaping, and they're trying to get over the celestial event. And the celestial event is basically little mini meteors and rockets, basically. So it's really going to be hard to navigate. And the character of Karis is the one who has this kind of like computer software laptop thing where he's somehow navigating through the asteroid field missiles or whatever it is, the celestial event. And he gives Cassian, precise coordinates in order for him to kind of evade the coming debris. And they get through, and in the meantime, you have these starfighters trying to chase him, and they get destroyed in the asteroid field. Unfortunately, though, Karis' character, he gets crushed by a lot of the gold, and you get this scene where, what's her name? Deborah? Is it not Deborah? Is the Val? There you go. Val wants to just forget about the character of Karis because he got hurt. He's basically okay with him dying. And the character of Arvel persuades her and then also Cassian to go see the doctor because it's always been a plan that if any of them got hurt, they have this doctor they can go to. But Val doesn't want to. Cassian kind of takes the lead and says, okay, he asks the character Arvel, where's his doctor? And they head straight there. Funny thing is, though, Val never leaves the character of Karis. She's the one that's kind of over him, as he's being treated by the doctor. Cassian and the character of Arvel's outside, and Arvel, we find out, is a jerk off. He's just in it for the money as well, but He wasn't honest with it. I guess that's the reason why it was easy for him to spot out Cassian, because he's there for the same reason. He tries to bribe Cassian with splitting half of the money, which I think is at $80 million. Cassian shoots him right away, no question asked, because I think Arvel was gonna be a danger to Val, and he just wanted to do his job. And I think he's just also thinking of Luthen, and wanting to be a man of his word. So Arvel, thought you were a good character, man, but turns out you were a dick. So Cassian goes in, and Karis is getting operated on, and unfortunately, he doesn't make it. Cassian pulls a gun on Val because, for all he knows, she's the same as the other guy. So he tells Val that, you know, I'm just gonna take my cut. You can have the freighter ship, you can have everything else that's in it, but this is where I leave. The job is done. Val, before he leaves, though, gives him Karis's like ledger or like diary or something, and tells Cassian that he wanted him to have it. So he takes it and supposedly takes his money and leaves the planet. We actually do get a last scene with Stellan Skarsgård character, which it's unfortunate. I wish we got more of him. We also get a scene with Mon Mothra where she's talking to the Senate, and in the background there's like commotion and chatter, and they're finding out that there was a robbery. And Stellan Skarsgård's character Luthen is at his shop. Some character is waiting for him to be helped, and mentions, "Do you have anything from the last episode's name? I forgot what it was." But he says that I might have something from there in the back, and starts laughing and smiling, which I enjoyed because he knows they succeeded at their plan. So, very, very good episode. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought, like I said, all the characters did very, very well. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention is you get a scene where all the Empire is meeting, and they're talking about the heist as well, and they're saying that every sector is on high alert. Nobody's going home to their families. That they're going to find out basically who this is. So the drama's steering, because you still have Cassian and you still have Val out there, and then you still obviously have Luthen and Mon Mothra. A lot of characters died in this episode, so I wonder what's going to be the next mission, and the new characters that it's going to be obviously has to get introduced. We didn't get any Cyril in this episode, which is from the corporate security. We didn't get anybody from Bix. Oh, it's not anybody. Sorry, we didn't get the character Bix Colleen, which is played by Adria Arjona. Like the last thing we know of her is she got arrested by corporate security. Well, actually, no, she got held by the wall by corporate security and then got released, I think, by the citizens of that village. So I don't think she's in custody, but we haven't seen her since, I think, the third episode. And then also Cinta is still alive, which was Val's, I guess, girlfriend. So we still have Cinta, we still have Val, Cassian, and then obviously Luthen, Bix, and Mon Mothra for the people on the good side. I think Cyril is going to be good, so I'll count him. But everyone that was kind of disguised and working undercover with Empire is pretty much gone that we know of so far. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I just hope that the next 2 episodes is not that boring, because if they're staying on this every 3 episodes is good, and the previous 2 episodes before that 3rd episode is build up, I just hope the next 3 episodes are a little bit better with the build up, and that 3rd episode hopefully is another banger. My rating, I think, for the episode as a whole, I would probably have to give it a solid 8. It would have been a 9 if they figured out another reason why they got found out rather than just that radio signal. Um, maybe, I don't know, anything else. um, maybe one of the characters gets caught and, slips. I don't know. But I just didn't like the whole radio plot, like overhearing. I didn't like that. But besides that, everything else was fantastic. The action was great. The heist scene was great. The escaping the planet, I thought was great. Making Cassian more likable was great. I didn't like how a lot of the characters I kind of was starting to like got executed, like the Lieutenant Gorn, Terraman, Karis. I mean, we lost a lot of good characters. But anyways, guys, that is my thoughts. I'm for some reason losing my voice, so I apologize for that. But if you guys did like the video, sorry that my voice was going in and out there. But hopefully everything was understood. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.